everything's back to normal. So, right. We will talk to Sancred. We will talk to Sancred and see what is what. 100. Thancred. Where is Thancred? One down. Whoosh. Just checking if the audio is still strong. Wait, what's the tweet here? Nice. Thanks. Wait a minute, it wasn't my first. I messed up the tweet. Oh well. Oh well. It's just a tweet. Just working on the game, these two would have not fared well against the wolves on their own. How are my friends doing? I'm just curious who's live on Twitch right now. Q is. For those we have lost.
Welcome, welcome. Find yourself an empty seat and I'll be with you in a moment. Cold out, isn't it? Here, a mug on the house. Let's get some colour back in them cheeks.
Yeah, I'm quite parched. Yes. Gulp, gulp, gulp.
Afraid food will be a bit longer than usual. We've got a lot of hungry folk to feed, what with the conference and all. Oh, so many people with cause to celebrate. To think there could be peace in our time, after all them years of fighting. When I heard about the conference, I knew I had to come. I knew I had to be here to do my bit.
I'm sorry, your bit?
My husband, he died fighting the dragons, you see. And here we are, about to break bread with him.
What is going on here?
You were right, my friend. You look tired. Reckon you could do with a good long rest? After all you've done, I'd say you've earned it.
You poisoned me. Shit.
Sleep now. Sleep. Sleep and leave us to our affairs. This was never your fight.
Oh, I guess Haysoos had a...
My son. They told me he walks in Hallone's halls. Him and the rest of his unit.
They told me the same.
I expect they think it's comforting. Every time I come, I cry. I cannot bear to remember, but to forget would be 1,000 times worse. Yet that is what they would have us do. Accept this truth for the sake of peace. Bury the past and look to the future. But he was my future. My flesh and blood. My heart.
Is this it? We're the only ones with the courage to oppose this madness? Cowards, a lot of them. They think only of the prize, of the peace Sir Emmerich promises them. They know in their hearts it's a lie, but they go along with it anyway, desperate fools. But not I. Not I! I see the worm that killed my brother in my dreams every night. And I will not rest until he lies broken at my feet. Him and every last one of his accursed kin. All this nonsense about Kings of Eld, as if I care what they did or didn't do, makes no difference to me and mine. Have the dragons sued for peace in 1,000 years? Are they bollocks? It's a bloody ruse is what it is, and Sir Emmerich and the rest of them bloody fallen for it.
But what can we do? They believe, and naught we can say will ever change their minds. Whether we like it or not, man and dragon will come together at Falcon's Nest, and all will be forgiven. Forgiven and forgotten.
No. I will not let that happen. They will remember the true face of the enemy. I will show it to them. And we will rise up against them once more.
This is no time for napping.
Tancred.
Do you have your wits about you? Good. Come with me. We have a crisis on our hands.
Oh, I'm never drinking suspicious.
Hear me, brothers and sisters. Do not be fooled by the honeyed words of the Travarnians. The peace they promise is but a prelude to slaughter. Remember your husbands and wives never returned from war. Your children torn apart by fang and claw. All your loved ones shown no mercy. Does not your heart cry out for vengeance? Your blood boil at the injustice? Remember the face of your enemy, brothers and sisters. Remember it, and strike back!
You there! Don't just stand around gawping! Do something, man! Stop her!
Yes, my lord.
See here the true nature of the Highborn. With lies and deception they lead us to our doom. And dare we raise our voices in dissent? Death is our reward. This is the choice they have given us, brothers and sisters. Death by dragon's fang, or death by nobleman's command. Death to all we hold dear. I spit on your choices, noblemen! You will take no more from me! No more! No more!
What have you done? I only did as you ordered, my lord.
I gave no such order! I did not! I never meant for anyone to...
Oh boy. Sure. Incompetent fool. Hellfire. My apologies, Jesus. I bear full responsibility for this debacle. There will be no time for that later. There will be time for that later. I, for one, am more concerned about picking up the pieces. What do we know? According to the initial report, the protest was orchestrated by the young woman whom Lord Emalian ordered shot. She and her conspirators infiltrated Falcon's Nest, posing as servants and guests. Several were taken alive, others were restrained where they resisted and were struck down. Oh shit. Still others took lives. Our forces suffered casualties as well. By the grace of the Fury, no civilians were seriously injured. Still, more remarkably, the ring leader yet lives, for the time being at least. The Kurhudrins are doing what they can for her, but she may not live through the night. Given her impeccable timing, it is like the convictors who drew us away from the hamlet were in league with the protesters. Accordingly, we have detained them for questioning. I'll be sworn that these villains spent as much effort plotting the failure of this peace conference as we did its success. Well, if that's the mood of the hamlet, is any indication there must have been more fruitful labors. In the wake of the protest, the people seemed disillusioned. I was poisoned, yes. You spoke with them? Then I see. Sir Emmerich placed his trust in me. It will be difficult to explain what has happened here. Remember how far we have come, First Commander. The people's faith may be shaken, but we convinced them before and will do so again. Then we must pray that you are right. Nevertheless, for the time being, I have no choice but to suspend the peace conference pending Sir Emmerich's final decision. Under the circumstances, I cannot leave Falcon's Nest, Jesus. Will you deliver my report to the Lord Commander in my stead? Get up, Emilian. Emilian. Go on without me. I was not asking. You will answer for your action in person. Is that clear? Yes, my lord. Come on, Honorite. Your servant is not here. In fact, I have not seen him for some time. Honorate? Honorate? Honorot. Honorot? Dude, what happened to him?
Onawa!
Oh, Honorwa. It's like French.
No, no! What have they done to you? Onawa! Onawa!
Is that you, my lord? You seem rather flustered.
Because of you, you imbecile! What in the seven hells happened to you?
My apologies. Some few of the guests expressed a wish to leave, and I implored them to stay. It would seem they took issue with my request.
Oh, gods forgive me. If I had only been more careful with my words.
Do not blame yourself, my lord. I know that you and your brother have Ishgard's best interests at heart. That poor woman. She lives in the past, clinging to the memories of the lost. But the future holds so much promise, so much joy. And you know that better than any.
Onawa?
Calm yourself. The boy will live. But it's imperative we get him inside and into the care of a Kairoujan without delay.
Kairoujan? That's how you pronounce it.
Oh, we were so close! Why does it all have to fall to pieces? Don't they want to live in peace? Don't they want to be happy? We all want the same thing! And still it falls to pieces! Tell me, what was I supposed to do? Someone, anyone, tell me, what was I supposed to do?
Man, I was pissed.
Stop looking to others. You make your choice and you live with the consequences.
What?
And what would you know about consequences? You who always know just what to say and just what to do. Your every deed is greeted with a round of applause.
Okay, I'm pissed now. yeah, you deserve that.
You know nothing about me. I have fought tooth and nail for the people I hold dear. Done everything in my power to save them. And I have failed. Learn to live with it. I have.
Thancred, no. Thancred! Come back! A forgotten night. How is everyone this fine evening? I shall speak with the Lord Commander. Fred! You're peeking. Words of the demonstration and its resolution outstripped you, Haysoos. Every man, woman, and child of Ishgard heard the tale. 'Tis rumored that my youngest lack of judgment was to blame. Of course, such stories are prone to exaggeration. What exactly came to pass? It was no exaggeration. I was poisoned, and that's the thing. I see, so that is the truth of it. Regardless of his intent, the result is undeniable. He has furthered the cause of these misguided few who cannot let go of the past. In an instant, the delicate peace we were posed to forge is once more beyond us. To dwell so deeply on the war and vengeance it begets, only for that to be taken away. Is it any wonder that they were left bereft? Bereft? What? For what was this sacrifice? Have we not to show for our suffering? I thought peace a sufficient salve, but mayhap I was mistaken. We are warriors, Lord Edmund, and ours is a nation built on centuries of warfare. Right or wrong, this is who we are, and we deny it at our peril. To hold on to the past without being beholden to it, we must needs find a way to honor the sacrifice of our forefathers without glorifying in their excess. A difficult path, to be sure. We dare not deny the scars which mar our nation's soul, lest we spur other disillusioned souls to retrace them. But as you say, we are not we dare not revel in past glories either, for they are tainted all. A clear, ambiguous enemy and an undeniably righteous cause. 'Tis a bitter reflection, but the lies thought they did not serve to none unite us. No, truth will ever serve as well, I fear. Yet we are not without options. At our last meeting, a proposal was tabled by our members of the Eorzean Alliance for a joint military exercise to strengthen ties between our nations and test our readiness to meet with a common threat. I had thought to delay these exercises until after the peace conference, but mayhap a grand melee would be just the thing to lift our beleaguered spirits. Better still, an occasion for the Temple Knights and the Watch to take the fields as allies. A unified Ishgardian force filled with men and women from all walks of life, which stand against a coalition of allied nations' finest. Hosted by Ishgard in the shadow of the Gates of Judgment, a victory under such circumstances would serve as a reaffirmation Affirmation. Reaffirmation. Damn it. Reaffirmation. Reaffirmation. It doesn't sound right. Nay, a declaration to all and as sundry. And we are as strong and united as ever. Such a victory would do much to fan the flames of patriotism. It is true. But if we should be defeated, though, even to hold our own against the cream of the three nations might be presented as a triumph. Very well, you may count on my support for what little it's worth. However, I have a request. I would have my son Emalian take part in the Grand Melee. By his deeds he has brought shame upon Ishgard, and so by his deeds I would have him bring our nation honor. As you wish, my lord. If that is his desire, then it shall be so. Now then, we have no time to lose, Haysoos. Would you be so kind as to deliver my instructions to Lucia? Yes. Do 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 do. I will stand for my friends and comrades, not a nation. A poor choice of words, for friends tried and true then, the living and the lost. So for this grand melee of his, Sir Emmerich wishes to field a force compromising both his temple knights and Hilda's watch, yes? I can only imagine what she will have to say about that. In fact, curiosity compels me to go see for myself. Dun, 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 dun. Justicia. Hoorah. Thancred's been telling me all about Sir Emmerich's grand soiree. Seems we're expected to join in. Yes. It's nice of him to invite us and all, but I hope he knows that what he's doing, because we ain't dressed to dance with professional soldiers. The pillars. The jeweled croissant. How's Fred doing? More reading. I carried on Honora. Damn, I forgot how he pronounced it. No. Honora. Our best Carusians. Oh. Carusians. or tending to him as we speak. He has yet to wake, but surely he will. You're gonna fight. You're gonna fight. So Father has volunteered me for this grand melee of theirs. My beloved family always making my decisions for me. No, it's not like that. It's just, you wouldn't understand. How could you? You're free to be the man you wanted to be, whereas dude, I ain't free at all. I'm going down a path. I am a son of House Fortom. Don't you see? My future is determined before I was born. What I could do and what I could not do. Right or wrong, that is the way of it, until the old order begins to crumble. Now we wander amidst the rubble, searching for a purpose, for a place. All around me are familiar faces. With faith and conviction, they dedicate themselves to the cause, but not I. I was terrified for making the wrong choice, which is why I let better men make them for me. Do this, do that, take this duty, guard this conference. I suppose I have convinced myself I was above it all, until your friend showed me otherwise. When I saw Honorar, I wanted to scream. I wanted someone to blame, but in the end, there was only me. Only me. So you see, I cannot meekly bow my head and accept Father's command. Such cowardice is what brought me to this point. I will go to Sir Emmerich, and I will make my own decision. Gonna have the Cinnabar. Cinnabar. Is this voiced? I think it is.
Lord Commander, if I may, I wish to speak with you before the Grand Melee.
Proceed.
How do you do it, my lord? How do you lead with such certainty, when so many of our countrymen will not hear of peace with the Dravanians? Some of them hate you almost as much as the dragons themselves. They decry you as a patricide in the streets. They even tried to kill you, for God's sakes. Yet still you march on, undaunted, where no archbishop dared to tread. What is your secret? Where do you find the strength?
For centuries, our nation has been punished for the sins of our forefathers. If our punishment is to end, I believe we must right the wrongs of antiquity and move forward as a nation united. Needless to say, my father did not share this opinion. He did not believe the people strong enough to bring about their own deliverance, trusting only in himself. Tyranny seemed to him the only solution. But I have faith in the people, Lord Amanalain. I have faith that they will weather this storm and overcome every trial we set before them. Many have fought and died to see this blight upon our nation's history cleansed, and I would not let their sacrifices be in vain. Though we invite reprisals, the risk is worth the reward.
I want to believe. I do. Lord Commander, through my careless orders, a pall has been cast over these proceedings, and I beg the opportunity to make amends. I, Amanalain de Forton, do hereby request leave to take part in the Grand Melee.
Who am I to deny such a heartfelt plea? We would be honored to have you join the fray, my lord.
You'll take charge of the Ishgardian forces?
For all my other responsibilities, I am still Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, and I would not soon yield this duty to another.
The esteemed Sir Emeric leading the Temple Knights and the Watch into battle along with my youngest. I could wish for no more.
Then you wish for too little, my lord. There is another who might yet join the fray. An indispensable ally to whom we owe much and more. An adventurer beholden to none, who nevertheless chose to champion our cause, who has shared in our suffering and in our glory. A warrior without equal, who I am privileged to call a friend. There is no one I would rather have fighting by my side. I ask this in full knowledge of your obligations, and will not think less of you should you refuse. But if your conscience will allow it, might you oblige me, my friend, one more time?
Hell yeah! Let's go! Of course. Yes. Let's do this.
Together we shall give the people a spectacle for the ages, a celebration to mark the dawning of a new era.
Rogue. Oh, what? That's pretty cool. Let's do this. Say, what time is it for everybody? It's 1 o'clock for me. I don't know. Don't know what everyone else's time zones are like, so. duty time. Duty. The Grand Melee. For Honchafong.
Let all here present heed well the rules of engagement.
Oh, yeah, I already know about this stuff.
For the honor and the glory of Ishgard.
Huzzah!
All is ready then. Very well. Brave men and women of the Eorzean Alliance, let the grand melee begin!
Don't. Let me just charge.
Ishgard!
Is that all you've got?
Dude, I'm broken.
ends here!
Right there!
Here we go. Cyclops! Cyclops! Everybody on your guard! All forces fall back. Nice uppercut. Let's go. Sergeant, I will not lie. I was hoping it would come to this. So then, shall we dance? Damn it all. What's funny, when I first did play through the campaign on my main character, I was still a private. So.
Did he win? Then we...
Victory is ours! Ishgard! Ishgard! Well fought! Well fought, my friend! You truly are the warrior of warriors. Thank the Fury you were on our side.
Oh, my lungs are burning, and I can barely stand. I didn't think I could do it, but then I did. We did. We faced the Alliance's best, and together, with one heart, with one purpose, we prevailed. After 1,000 years of hardship, of strife and bloodshed, we are strong enough to rise to any challenge, be it on the battlefield or beyond. The future holds so much promise, so much joy. We need only show them the way.
The way.
Truly magnificent display, Sir Knight. While doubtless less than pleased, I am quite sure the Grand Companies are honored to have been bested by such valiant warriors.
The honor was ours, Your Grace.
I am pleased to see that Ishgard's proud martial tradition is being upheld. When the time comes, I trust you will fight alongside your brothers and sisters in the Eorzean Alliance with the same fervor you displayed in opposing them. I note that our friend elected to take the field in Ishgardian colors.
At my behest, Your Grace. If we have given offense, the blame lies with me.
Fear not, Sir Knight. It was a surprise, nothing more. And any hint of ill feeling was thoroughly dispelled by the spectacle of our mutual friend's duel with General Raubarn. On the subject of surprises, I could not help but marvel at the passion and unity of purpose displayed by your countrymen, given the troubling reports we have received of late.
I shall take that as a compliment, Your Grace. The events to which you allude are the price of change. The end of the Dragonsong War marks the beginning of a new era for our nation, and for the people, high and lowborn alike, who will lead her into the future.
Ah, yes. The people. Change is indeed a perilous thing, for we who seek it, and they who fear it. I shall pray for Ishgard, and for you.
Well, that made for a refreshing change. Congratulations on your victory, by the way. Ishgardians certainly seem happy with themselves. I, for my part, am merely glad you did not strain anything in the process of single-handedly winning the battle for them.
Oh, Thancred. Oh.
Tis but a scratch, I assure you, and I will not suffer you to worry over me. Not when we have a dozen far more important concerns. Make that 2 dozen. Still, as your Stola never tires of telling me, we can but face them head-on, one at a time. One day at a time, as Minfilia would have done.
Of course, my friend. I'm the mighty Haysoos, and I understand your plight. It is quite the plight, my friend. The balls. Wait, the ball. Balls. I had forgotten what it was like to feel so alive. Not since leaving the Blood Sands have I had the privilege, not since the Bull of Alamigo hung up his swords. Back then, the outcome might have been different, but I do not begrudge you. Your victory, I know how far you've come. You much... Yes. Come on. Thal's balls. By Thal's balls. So I got a cool emote now. Victory. Wait, is it victory? I don't know what that made me laugh. Oh yeah, V pose. Yep. Man, I really appreciate who's watching this.
My lord!
Honorwa, my boy. Shouldn't you be in bed?
Thank you for your concern, my lord. But I have largely recovered from my ordeal, and I have naught but several scars to show for it, which I have been told some women may find appealing.
I see. And to think I was worried sick over you.
I'm not sure I understand, my lord.
Well, let's put that theory to the proof, shall we?
My lord?
Twould seem that a great many things have occurred in my absence. I thought I might begin to make amends by welcoming you in person.
The messengers spared not their chocobos to bring us word of your victory in the grand melee. I cannot well describe our elation when we heard the news. It called to mind the day we rejoined the Eorzean Alliance, and I glimpsed hope rekindled in the eyes of the people.
The Fury herself ushers us into a new era. Sir Emmerich, the time is now.
Aye, that it is. Reconvene the conference and summon Vidofnir to Falcon's Nest. We will make peace with Hraesvelga's brood and hasten this bloody war to its end.
Yes, Lord Commander.
I will send word to Artoirel and bid him resume preparations. Emmanuelaine, you will place yourself at your brother's disposal. He will be glad of your assistance.
Well, I hope he learned his lesson.
No stopping it now, is there? We should inform Y'shtola and the others.
Y'shtola. Yeah.
My dear friend, I doubt I will ever be able to thank you enough. But when the conference is successfully concluded, I damn well mean to try.
I damn well need to try. We will wait with Alfino. Even Kryle's here. Awesome. Oh, she's waving at us. Aww.
The appointed hour approaches.
Aye.
Are you okay?
She begged leave to watch the proceedings. I saw no reason not to grant it.
Should I choose to deviate from my prepared remarks, I ask that you trust in my judgment.
Have I ever done otherwise?
Look!
The White Dragon!
Ah, how long it hath been since our peoples met thus, children of Thordan. even by our reckoning.
Vidofnir, daughter of Hraesvelga, we give thanks for your visit, and bid you welcome to Falcon's Nest.
Our sire bade us hearken unto the whispers of our hearts. They spoke to us of a paradise lost, of bonds of brotherhood which they yearned to see restored.
Ours too yearn for such a restoration, and they have guided us here this day, that they might yearn no longer. Brothers and sisters, ye who stand as witness, hearken to me! Since the days of Eld, when the bonds betwixt man and dragon were sundered by our hand, our peoples have known only war. Bloodshed without end, losses beyond counting, and still we fought. And still we fought. Some wounds do not heal. The dead cannot be returned to us. But we, the living, can yet choose another course. Here and now, we can lay down this burden, this hatred, this vengeance. Our forebears fought not so that we could die, but that we might live. So let us honor their sacrifice and spare our children this death sentence. Let us gift them a new legacy. Life.
Well said.
Betwixt our peoples yawneth a divide deeper than the deepest abyss, wider than the widest sea. Generations will live and die ere this divide is bridged. Knowing this, doth thy heart yet yearn for peace, son of Thordan?
Look now on the legacy we would leave to our children. A dream of peace, inscribed in stone for generations to come.
Father and his beloved, as they were so long ago, happy and at peace. The dream they shared shall be ours once more.
What? By the gods! Estinian!
Your bow!
child of Dravania, art thou grown so forgetful that thou wouldst forsake kith and kin and consort with the spawn of Thornton? That thou wouldst dare contemplate peace? Hearken unto me, all of you! The final chorus is nigh, and all will be held to account. All will bathe in the flames of retribution. Till the coming of that day, look you on your sins and despair, for none shall escape my wrath. None shall escape my revenge!
7 hells.
Assert dominance.
Damn you, Nidhogg.
Hells, take that worm! While he lives, we'll never know peace.
Aye! There'll be no end to this war till Nidhogg is dead and gone!
So let's kill the bastard and be done with it! Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg!
Oh.
Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg!
What is this?
Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg!
Death to Nidhogg!
What did he say? There they go, the last of the guests. Having come hither with hopes in their hearts, they depart with hatred and bloodlust. Until the moment I saw him strike, I still held some hope that what you had seen in Azazla was an illusion, perhaps. But he acted without hesitation, as did Sir Aramic. For mercy, Vidofnir's wound was not mortal. Or so Lucia tells me. The dragon was spirited away to Anix Trine to receive care from her brethren. We can but hope her recovery is swift. But such was surely Nidhogg's intent, to deliver a proclamation not only to the children of Thornton, but his kindred. War is coming, and ye who do not stand with us stand apart. She was an example. A message to her brood, another instrument of his vengeance, like Estinian. We will save Estinian. Mark my words, Elfino, I will save him on my Hellfire armor of Fending. Hellfire. Oh, this takes me
Forgive
back.
me. That took longer than expected. You seem puzzled. Oh, these. I thought something warming might not go amiss. It was not all that long ago that we sat here, you and I, in our very own falling snows, as Lord Horshvon called it.
Oh, Lord
I still
Horshvon.
struggle to believe he is gone. And Azelle too. I had such hopes for her. Master Matoya asked me what it was all for. Why we fight. And why we die. Were I still commander of the Braves, I would doubtless have replied, for the future of Eorzea. But I'm not that man. Not anymore. I needed a new answer. One that I could live with. And when I saw Estinian at the ceremony, I knew at last what it was. I do not want to be a man who sacrifices his friends and family for a cause. I want to fight for Estinian, and I want to save him. When Nidhogg leads the Horde into battle, Ser Emeric and his forces will do what they believe must be done. That is their choice to make. Yet even if Ser Emeric is willing to forsake Estinian, I am not. We must fight for him, for he is our friend and ally. We may struggle, we may fail, but we must try.
For Horshvon. To aid those in need. To aid those in need.
Lord Horshvon would be proud. I knew you would understand. Together, we will surely find a way.
It is the knight's duty to aid those in need. The pillars. Why is it a finger? Oh, that's weird. battle stance.
Of all the ways for it to end. Even before his transformation, I could feel the worm's hatred swirling about Estinian. The terrible, all-consuming rage. Enough to fuel a 1,000-year quest for vengeance. It was all I could do not to run away screaming. But Ishgardians, nay, all Eorzeans, are made of sterner stuff. They face danger and death on a daily basis, and understand what it takes to win a war.
Think not too deeply on Master Matoya's words. Her intent was but to steal our resolve. That, and to remind us to look beyond these passing conflicts to trials greater still. To the truth which hides at the heart of this world.
Hydaelyn.
So that's your aim, is it?
You disapprove?
Not at all. I believe it's traditional for the student to follow in the footsteps of the master. And you are so very alike.
One person watches, another person watches the watcher.
Change. That great inexorable wave was upon us, and soon all of Ishgard would bend to its will. For all our sins, for all our scars, the future for which we had long yearned was at last within our grasp. But it would be bought at a heavy price. For in those twilight hours did Nidhogg cry out for vengeance, and his brethren raise their voices for the final chorus of the Dragon Song War.
From Memoirs of Count Edouard de Fontaine, Heavensward, the Gear of Change. Caution, Ida. That is all I ask. Do not be so eager to place your faith in them, not until we know more. Who was that? I must ask, you recall the events which unfold the peace conference, though I dare say you would sooner forget them? My mind returns again and again to the moment when Nidhogg appeared before the crowd in the guise of Estinian. It was a sight to chill the soul, but one which gave me reason to hope that our friend might not be beyond salvation. When you describe his faithful transformation in Azazla, I feared him lost forever. But the mere fact that some semblance of his former self endures must surely account for something. Alas, I have no evidence to support this impression. Thus did I turn to Y'shtola and Krile for the more empirical appraisal, and full glad I am that I did, for what it seemed they have some observations of their own to share. The ladies have saved us a table at the Forgotten Night. Shall we go? Yes. Oh. Oh, wrong. Nice.
We have kept you waiting over long, I fear.
Not to worry, Alphino. We had some rather fine mulled wine to keep us company. Truth be told, you could have delayed your arrival a few moments more.
Gibrion got the spicing just right this time. His latest batch is not only delicious and warming, but soothing to the humors.
Indeed. But 'twas not to soothe our humours that we gathered here.
Oh no, quite right. The matter of that poor dragoon.
You have discovered something. A means to save him?
We must.
Let us not jump to conclusions, shall we? Assess the facts presented, then make an educated analysis, as you were taught.
Pray, cast your mind back to the moment of Estinian's transformation. Do you recall how you described it to us?
He asserted dominance in a T-pose.
You spoke of the sudden pangs which racked his body when you took up both of Nidhogg's eyes, and of how his form was twisted thereafter into a shadowy semblance of the Great Worm.
When he appeared at Falcon's Nest, the worm's eyes were fused to his mail.
Would that only his armor had been corrupted. Snaking forth from the eyes, I descried dark tendrils which entangled his very being. His ether has been all but smothered.
Then he is lost to us forever?
What did I just say about jumping to conclusions? Y'shtola clearly stated all but smothered. As I later discovered, her impression matched my own. Though Nidhogg's presence filled my mind's eye, beneath his seething aura, I sensed the merest hint of something else.
Estinian.
And after listening to Y'shtola's observations, I became more certain of my suspicion that the something else I'd sensed was, in fact, the trace of a different will, submerged in the sea of Nidhogg's rage.
Estinian.
You mean?
Estinian.
Yes, 'tis like that Estinian spirit yet lingers.
Can we not wrest him from Nidhogg's grasp, then? Tear the eyes from the armor?
We know not if that would serve to separate Worm's soul from man's. None have ever attempted such a feat.
Should it offer even the faintest hope of success, then by the gods, I shall be the first to try.
Alphino. By all means, hold fast to your hope, but be mindful of the dangers. Even should you succeed in excising the eyes from the Dragoon's mail, we have no way of knowing if your friend's soul would survive so violent a separation. And that is to say nothing of the possibility that his would-be savior might become Nidhogg's next host.
But what other choice remains to us? Should the opportunity present itself, I will tear those foul orbs from Estinian's armor and trust in the resilience of his soul, even at the risk of mine own.
Ah, I found you at last. A messenger of the Temple Knights came to the manor some few hours past. The Lord Commander humbly requests the company of the Warrior of Light and Master Alphino.
Sir Emmerich would speak with us. Very well, thank you, Anawa.
'Twould seem duty calls. Pray see to yours, and we shall return to ours.
Thank you, Y'shtola, Kryl. Your words have given me hope where there was none. Come then. Sir Emmerich awaits.
All right.
Alphino is allowing his feelings for this Dragoon to cloud his thoughts. I worry he may do something rash. Keep an eye on him, would you?
Don't worry, I'll be the rash.
They think more of their friends' deliverance than their foes' defeat. But will history commend their fealty or condemn their folly?
The conference held at Falcon's Nest was to be a celebration of the reconciliation twixt man and dragon. But the lingering shade of Nidhogg, clad in the flesh of the Azure Dragoon, did mark the occasion by spilling the blood of his own kind. A timely atrocity to remind the children of Ishgard that the Dragonsong War was far from over. And when fear gave way to fury, the call to arms rang out anew. Death to Nidhogg. Death to Nidhogg.
Oh, well.
My friends, I thank you for coming.
Well, you know, we were just...
You have had news of Nidhogg?
Alas not. Our scouts range far and wide, but they have as yet found no trace of the Great Worm.
We dispatched an elite unit of dragoons to reconnoiter the churning mists, but even they returned empty-handed.
A pity.
Fear not, Alphino. We shall see the worm again soon enough. His words at Falcon's Nest attest to that. Indeed, he is like to come sooner than we would wish.
I assume Ishgard's defenses are being bolstered as we speak?
With all haste. I mean to call upon every able-bodied warrior at our disposal, from the Knights of the Four Houses to the men and women of the Watch. But I did not summon you to discuss strategy.
What then would you have of us, my lord?
I will speak plain. Now that Nidhogg is possessed of both of his eyes, no mortal force we can muster will repel him. That being the case, we must needs recruit an ally of equal strength.
You speak of Haysoos?
I do. To whom else could we turn?
That he is Nidhogg's equal I do not deny, nor can I name another. But convincing the reclusive creature to do battle with his own brood brother will be... how shall I put this?
It will be no small undertaking, yes. Estinian's report was most particular about Hraesvelga's unwillingness to involve himself in the affairs of men. But much has changed since your visit to Somal, and if there is even a chance that the dragon may be swayed, I must plead our case. Whatever price the dragon asks of me, I shall pay it. Such was my oath, to defend the people of Ishgard. Come what may, my friends, the battle with Nidhogg will mark the end of my tenure as the acting head of church and state. Will you help me discharge this final duty?
We will, my lord, though I fear our involvement offers no guarantee of success. Come then, we will depart at your leisure.
Thank you. Both of you. The city is yours, First Commander.
My lord, we shall pray for your swift return.
Speak with Sir Ceramic. It grieves me to impose upon you in this manner, but you of all people understand the threat we face now. It is no imposition, Sir Ceramic. To Haysoos and I, oh dang it. After many battles we have fought, and the bonds we forged, the plight of your nation has become our own. If there is aught we can do to aid in its salvation, then pray impose all you must. Huzzah. You are true friends. Ah, 'tis the warrior of warriors and his companions. What bringeth you my abode? Pray forgive us for disturbing your recuperation, Vidofnir. I hope your wound does not pain you overmuch. Dost thou imagine me close to death? The thrust was deep, but not mortal. I will heal in time. Fully glad I'm here to fully am I to hear it. You were our guest of honor at our conference, and we failed in our duty of protection on behalf of Ishgard. I apologize unreserved. I'm a dragon full grown, and though thought to protect me, mortal, I was tempered by the fires of battle ere the great grandsire learned to crawl. Thine words do remind me of a knight whom I called friend some 1,000 years past. He swore to defend me from harm and hardship. Would that we could return to of peace, when man and dragon knew such comradeship. Would that our every effort to do so were not undone by ancient rancor. For a truth, there can be no peace while Nidhogg's shade yet lingereth. That much is plain, yet we lack the strength to banish him. Thus do we make for solemn Al to beseech the aid of your sire once more. Folly, thou knowest as well as I how he will answer. Hraesvelgar heart remains unchanged then. A pity, but if it is folly to hope, I am content to die a fool. As hath ever been the way with thy kind, go then. But be warned, the Shade's presence hath driven its minions to frenzy. Thank you, Vidofnir. We shall disturb your rest no longer. Oh, hey, wood mask.
Mega host.
Yo, thanks for the host, bro. Let's go, Jack Frost. Few live to see what wonders. I am reminded of my first visit to the peak, when Estinian and Yazel yet walked at our side. Goopo, is that you, Haysoos? Ah, if it isn't Mog, don't tell me you've forgotten my name, Kupo. After all we've been through together? But at least you remember me. You do remember me, do you, Haysoos? Oh no. Of course they do, Moghan. Ah, I knew it. Phew, you seemed a bit hesitant for a moment there, but I'm sure you were just fondly recalling the time we camped near Zenith, right, Kupo? But putting our shared history to one side, what brings you and your friends to Mog home, Kupo? Dragon. Talk. Well, I hope you brought the horn, Kupo. With the winds as gentle as they are, a good loud toot should reach the great worm's ears easily enough. That is good to hear, Moghan. Thank you. We had best press on to the zenith, while the winds are in our favor. Double nod. Now that was unexpected. Chieftain Moglin will want to hear about this. Spee. I like the horn sound.
Great Hraesvelga, 'tis not lightly that we beg this audience. Pray hearken to our words, for they concern the future of man and dragon both.
Greetings, Hraesvelga. I am Emeric de Burrell, acting ruler of the nation of Ishgard. I am come before you to parley on behalf of my people. Foresaw mine intent.
Sad.
Lis echniteg kasmon ikini. Lis nuan jas an es in. Salen mon anesh. Undahai in. Stapol ian initeg. Shin hes iso.
We understand that in your despair at man's betrayal, you seek only the refuge of solitude. But despite your protestations of spent faith, do you not still nurture the smallest flame of hope? I do. If you claim I see falsely, then tell me, why did you consent to bear Rizel upon your back?
Is no Kaisia Holhes Eskdir Valsu Nesk an in Eskba An Snauhau Us Hesner Ikin en Elan.
So you do distinguish between those who acknowledge and repent their sins and those who perpetuate them. Interesting. It seems to me that you have not, in fact, lost faith in mankind as a whole. Rather, you weigh our respective merits by how we allow the past to influence our future.
Snosk inletlai, Nalosk asisa, Egmon kin una en.
Should we suffer ties of blood to bind our hands, then? Nay, if the crime is one of unconscionable evil, we must needs condemn it, even should the transgressor be our closest kin. When my father corrupted himself and his followers with the power of a primal, I beseeched the warrior of light to slay him, an act alike to patricide. That he did not die by my hand matters little. If anything, it heaps greater disgrace upon my name. But had my father not fallen, he would have drawn countless thousands into a holy war of hellish proportions, which I hold the greater crime. Thus did I order his execution, sparing the lives of my people and yours.
Wide.
Alas, your brother Worm now prepares to murder those whom I sought to spare. What is more, he has taken my comrade's body for his own. But if I must slay my dearest friend to defeat my direst foe, I will not flinch from my duty.
Chad.
Segmon infim, sesk antis ekmon, kin al ud.
Midgard's armor.
Sloskna, dyrkin illes, kolhes na inish, draor in. Da niteg, garjas, nosk in an, slisva holkas, kai in na.
I will do it. While this shade of vengeance remains, the future will ever be uncertain. ... While the shade of vengeance remains.
Esgniteg, esgdir ulga an, el in an, hesnesh an, eskjas ong, an on inga. Al in on uwota, smahes in an. Sway in Ratatoska this die an. Slosk kin. Skor ich les io.
The new One Piece opening is pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty nostalgic. If only the animation would hold up, like the whole entire anime in itself. Like I miss the old style. Yeah, Sag. Like, unfortunately, we're never going to have something like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, where it will be, like, remade. Yeah, imagine remaking One Piece. Oh, jeez. Sorkai. And what sucks is I actually hate those movies that like like if you take the animation from that Enies Lobbies movie versus the anime actually has more impact, in my opinion. Oh, Haysoos is signing out.